I'm Margaret Lewin and welcome to Margaret Lewin Quilting. Today we're going to make some napkins that will also work as placemats because we're using my favorite cut of fabric, a fat quarter. So if you'd like to see how I do it, stick around and I'll show you how. Today I've got a quick and easy project for you. This would be the perfect project when teaching someone new how to sew. And the reasons why I say it'd be perfect is because it has to do with cutting straight lines, marking straight lines, pressing with an iron, and sewing straight stitches. So this is what we're going to make. This is a napkin. To me, cloth napkins are wonderful because we don't waste anything. We just use them and wash them and use them again. The other thing I love about them is I get to use fabrics in my dining room that I just absolutely love, and it's small quantities of fabric. So you can make 4 napkins out of 1 yard of fabric. Most of the time when you purchase cloth napkins, they're square. I'm not big into wasting that little bit of extra fabric from 18 to 21 or 22 inches, whatever it is. So what I do is I take a fat quarter and use the entire fat quarter for my napkin. So you can see I've made a total of 12 here, and I want to show you, this is one of the things that I absolutely love about this project is that wonderfully perfect mitered corner, which is a lot of fun to do. And the more you do it, the easier it gets to do. I'm going to grab my flower head pins and I'm going to pull out one of the napkins that I'm just getting started with. So you can see here I've got just a fat quarter of fabric. I'm going to lift it up and show you I've got one line drawn on 2 sides of it. So there's a line drawn here, you can see it, and a line drawn here. What I'm going to start by doing is spraying it with a little bit of my best press on both of those drawn lines. I've used a friction pen, so the lines will definitely come out as soon as I iron it. I'm going to take one side of it, and I'm just going to fold my raw edge up to the drawn line. And because it's a little bit damp with best press, I can fold it over and it'll stay down. And then I'm just going to iron the piece all the way down, folding this right up to that line that I've already drawn. I'm going to do that on both sides. And it just takes a minute. My iron is good and hot, which makes my job a little bit easier. I'm going to flip it around and do my other side. That gives the first side a chance to cool. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. Just going to fold it over, and then I'm going to iron it right down. Nice and easy to do. Nothing difficult. Just a nice, easy, quick project to do. All right, now I'm going to flip it around again so this side can cool. But before I do my next step, I'm going to spray it again with a little bit more best press. So I'm just going to spray just a little bit. I'm going to flip it over again. Now this part is important because what you want to do is have this piece of fabric right here, your top piece with that raw edge, as close to that fold as you can get it when you turn it over. So I'm going to get it folded right over. And I'm making sure that it's right down there. And I can feel it with this finger. So I'm just pushing it right down there so that it's nice and tight. That's important. I'm just going to press this right on down. Okay. So now that's done. You can see I do have a little bit of fabric that's stretched and it's come over there. I'm going to clip that off. So that's no big deal. Now I'm going to do this second side. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did. Just pressing it as I go, trying to keep it just as tight to that fold as I can. You can tell I didn't press it because it's popping, or spray it with starch because it's popping right back up again. Should have sprayed it first, huh? If I'd sprayed it, it would have stayed down for me. See, this side has stayed down because I sprayed it right away. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my cutting table and I'm going to draw another line on these two sides 1 inch in. And I'll be right back. All right, now that I've drawn my 2 lines, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start by spraying first. Once I've sprayed, I'm going to rotate this so it's easier to work with. And I'm just going to roll it up so that my raw edge meets my line. I'm going to sew this all, or fold and press this all the way across it. Flip it around, do my other side, my other end. Same thing, just pressing it so that it's folded over and it meets that line. Being careful not to burn myself because my iron is hot. Right? Now that I've done that, I'm going to spray both sides again, just so that I don't forget, because I forgot last time. So I'll spray both sides because it does help. And I'm going to fold it again. Just getting it tucked right down there. Flip this around, and I'm going to fold this side down. Okay. Okay. So now I've got these all folded. Nice, nice. I'm going to start with this side because it's a little bit cooler. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my scissors and my pins because now is when I need those. I also grabbed one of my friction pens because I want to show you what I'm doing, all right? I'm going to draw on these folds. I'm not certain that you can see them, and it's really important that you do. I've got a fold here and a fold here. Then I've got a fold here and a fold here, right? First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut from this line right here to this line right straight across. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to cut right straight across there. All right, so now you can see what I've got. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fold it up so that I can see my diamond, and I'll show it to you. Right here I've got a little diamond. I want to see the point right there, and I do. So I'm going to stick a pin right here in the center. Just going to kind of hold it in place for me so that I know where it is. The next thing that I do is if I smooth it out just like this, I can see that my creases from my folds line right up with the other ones. That means I've done it right. I'm going to push this down, hold it, fold this over. There's one fold. Now I'm going to do another fold. There's my second fold. See what happens? It lines right up perfectly actually with my straight pin. I'm going to take another straight pin and I'm just going to stick it right in there so that it holds that down. Then I'm going to do my second side. So there's one fold. There's two folds. And I come right up and I meet at the point. I'm going to take this pin out now, and I'm going to stick it in on this edge. And there's my corner. It's not perfect, but there's my corner. I'm going to now rotate this, and I'm going to do it again. So let me show you. Draw my lines. Here's my lines. I'm just going to cut right across here. Okay. Fold it up. Hold it in place with a pin. Take this, smooth it out, roll it again. I'll actually take my pin out of here this time and use that one. All right, there's my first side. Now here comes my second side. See, just rolling it up. All right, no, this one's coming out better. And there's my second one. Look at how nice that one came out. I'm going to just put that one pin in there so that I can pick it up and show it to you. Look at how nice that corner is. That one came out really good. So I'm going to get my other two done, and then I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to top stitch it down. And I'm just going to run a top stitch right here, all the way down and around. That's it. And I've got napkins. So isn't that just the coolest? Take a yard of fabric out of your stash, something that you really like, and you've only got a yard left and you don't know what you're going to do with it. Well, here is the perfect opportunity to do something very useful. This makes a fantastic hostess gift. You know, you're going to somebody's house for dinner or for a holiday and you don't have anything for them. Well, here you go. You've got a perfect, quick, easy, and relatively inexpensive gift to give the hostess when you get there. So here's another one that came out pretty good. See? So I think they're great little gifts, and I think that they're very easy to put together. There's a little fussy work behind them, but hey, that's no big deal. That's something that you can do at night while you're watching TV, huh? So I'll show you one of the ones that I've got done so that you can see exactly where I sewed. Here we go. You see what I do is I sew about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, come up to where my fold is. I did stitch and I back stitched 2 or 3, came forward and then continued right on down. And there is my napkin all done. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I cannot wait to see you again really soon. Thanks so much. I'll see you again. Bye.